Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm, Part 40. Rebecca stood up, with tears still trembling in her lashes. He looked at her suddenly, and saw her with a new vision. "Good-bye," he said, taking her slim brown hand in his, adding, as if he saw her for the first time, "My little rose-red Snow White, how will Mr. Aladdin get along without his comforting little friend?" "Oh, Mr. Aladdin," cried Rebecca eagerly, taking his words quite seriously, "I'm not 15 yet, and it will be 3 years before I'm a young lady. Please don't give up until you have to." "I won't, I promise you that," said Adam. He tenderly put his finger under Rebecca's chin and looked into her eyes, so soft, clear, and childlike as they had been when she was 10. Now the first happy year at Wareham with its greater opportunity was over and gone. Rebecca had studied during the summer vacation and had passed all her examinations, which would enable her, if she carried out the same program the next season, to complete the course in 3 instead of 4 years. She did wonderfully well in some of the required subjects. She was only fair in Latin and French grammar, but when it came to her choice of words and her understanding of the spirit of the text, that made her the delight of her teachers. In truth, Rebecca's gift had not been discovered during the first year, when she was adjusting herself to the situation. She was distinctly one of the poorer girls. She had no fine dresses to attract attention, no visitors, no friends in town. She had more study hours and less time for the companionship of other girls. By the spring of the second year, she had naturally settled into the same sort of leadership which had been hers in the small community in Riverboro. She was elected assistant editor of the Wareham school paper, being the first girl to assume that position. "She will always get the votes," said Huda Mercive when discussing the election, "for whenever she knows anything or not, she looks as if she does." Rebecca's attitude towards the boys was still somewhat indifferent, even for being 15 and a half. It had seemed to her during the autumn and the winter that year as if her Aunt Miranda had never been so fault-finding. On Saturday, Rebecca ran upstairs and burst into a flood of tears. Rebecca explained, "Aunt Jane, it seems as if I never could stand her continued punishments. Nothing I could do seems to suit Aunt Miranda. She has just said it will take her a whole life to get the Randall out of me, and I'm not convinced that I want all that out of me. So there we are." Her progress from Mr. Morrison.